Welcome to today's intention. Today we're going to talk about the intention and the technique. We talk about a lot of time about the technique and the intention. The game is more close to the intention, not to the technique. So you cannot make the game just making technique. You just make the technique with your intention to play. So the person is the person who make the game, not the form make the game. In this case, the technique. But sometimes we have to develop some little details of the technique to improve the intention. But when we do that, imagine that you have to make a little bit adjustment by the technique because you need it, and then you have to translate this information into the game because we know everything about technique, but we don't teach how to play. So every time that you have to make a cue for explain something, explain it. That is good, but the only important is to return again to intention. So that technique goes into the game. Yesterday I was doing a lesson with a person that I always say, let's go intention, let's hit, let's try to hit, let's get the ball faster, hit completely. So this is all my lessons like this. But there was a little thing technically that couldn't make that intention happen totally. And so I stopped the lesson and I explained this little thing about the not dominant hand, what was a forehand. And then I'm explaining, I give you some balls to get the experience of that. And then when I explained that situation, then I went back again to the game because for me it's more important to make the game to know a technique. That's for sure. Because we know everything about the technique. We are specialists in the technique, but we don't know how to play. That's why when we arrive to a game, we are like it's a totally mess because you never play. We pass a lot of time practicing the technique, but when you arrive to the game, this practice of technique doesn't work. So it means that sometimes we need to do a cue for explaining to improve the intention. But if you don't improve the intention, is that correction, is that technical correction doesn't improve the intention, so don't do it. Don't stop it because you are stopping the process of learning of the students. So this is important to know because sometimes the technique can help us to develop more the intention. Sometimes, because sometimes in this case was that this student when he was lefty and when he started making the shot, he put these hands out and then the chest still stay open to the court and then the ball goes to the side. And the correction that I make is try to keep the arm a little bit more close until the racket arrives and then you go and then the ball can go to in front. But okay, I make this correction, but then I have to translate that into the game. So I give you some balls to him to practice that, and then I go back again to return to find the ball earlier, to get the ball to hit the ball completely, because if that correction doesn't fix into the intention, it's not important the correction. So our job is not to explain a technique, our job is to improve the intention. That's our key as a coach. Because when you improve the intention, you are improving the game. When you improve the technique, you are not improving the game. Just the technique, you are not improving the game. But the technique help you to improve the intention. But the main thing is development that intention, because from the intention the game starts. That's why in the training you have a lot of information about the technique. You are like a senior doing technique, but when you arrive to the match, you are totally away and miss it because you don't know how to handle. Why? Because you never play. You know a technique. If that person in the training practice intention, then when he arrived to a competition, now he understood what happened. And now he can drive the whole power that he has to make the game. So in this case, it's important to know that the intention is the most important thing, and the technique is something that helps the intention. With intention, you make the game, and you want to make the game. So I hope you like this video, and we'll see you soon. Bye.